Welcome back to the final segment of the video, the Morality of the Godless. In this video I shall be discussing some of the explanations of social conflicts and wars. But first, I just wish to do a quick review of the information we have gone over previously. We have gone through the ways in which morals are gained from society. We have gone over the moral compass, which gives us a primal instinct of right and wrong, as well as the reasons for its existence. We have discussed the evolutionary imperative of society for the continuation of our species through genetic variation. We have briefly discussed the basic information of society, as well as some of the measures which are put in place to ensure smooth interaction between its individuals. However, it is also important for us to look at cases where these factors change, leading to horrific crimes. One important case for us to review is the Stanford prison experiment run by the psychologist Philip Zimbardo at the request and funding of the US Office of Naval Research. They wanted to find out the causes for extreme cases of military guard and prisoner conflicts. A false jail had to be constructed in the basement of the Stanford Psychology building. 24 students who had volunteered were randomly assigned to either guard or prisoner roles. Zimbardo himself took an active role also, operating as the prison superintendent. The guards were given full uniforms which included thick shaded sunglasses which prevented the prisoners from making eye contact. It only took 36 hours for the first real problems to arise. One prisoner had begun to act crazy and had to be withdrawn from the experiment. The guards rose past Zimbardo's expectations in what happened. They began to confiscate items seen as high value, mattresses in this case, to force prisoners who had misbehaved to sleep on the floor. They forced prisoners to defecate in a bucket, only then to refuse to empty it if they had done anything wrong. The levels of sadistic nature slowly rose over the next several days. One of the prisoners who Zimbardo called into his office with concern wanted to leave, until he heard the guards forcing the other prisoner to repeat his prison number followed by "is a bad person." This caused the prisoner to have a breakdown in front of Zimbardo. One of the other prisoners, number 416, went on a hunger strike, which was followed by the guards placing him in solitary confinement. The guards would bang on the door, preventing him from sleeping, psychologically draining him. They even ordered other prisoners to do the same thing, isolating him from the rest of the group. When guards offered to release number 416, if the prisoners gave up their blankets, all of them but one refused. The experiment finally came to an end only 6 days after when it started, when Christina Maslach, the woman Zimbardo had been dating at the time, his future wife, visited the prison and was appalled by the conditions and serious mental trauma the guards were inflicting not on prisoners, but their very peers and friends. Zimbardo had not seen any problems with the experiment, even with the breakdown to psychological torture taking place, as he himself had taken an active role as the prison superintendent. It took an external opinion to show him this and to lead to the experiment's quick deconstruction. However, she was the only one of over 50 that had observed the experiment who questioned its morality. Zimbardo created a report stating that these acts were far more to do with the situational factors as opposed to the personal ones. All participants were good, moral people, however, when placed in a bad situation, had all broken down their personal moral fabric. 1/3 of the guards were judged to have been exhibiting genuine sadistic tendencies. This supported another study done by Stanley Milgram. Milgram's study goes to show what a large part the government can also play in the whole process. He showed that if given the correct conditions, man will go to the extent he never would have omitted. In Milgram's study, he found that 64% of Americans in the 70s were capable of killing another human being. One key aspect of this experiment was the proximity of the victim. This can be seen within any war. The problem of your men identifying with the opposite side in a close proximity, such as what happened during the first Christmas of World War I. It was prevented thereafter. When war is dawning and politicians are talking, they seek to do two things: unite the people as one through uniformity and the common enemy, such as the Second Red Scare in America, and the other is to alienate your enemy through propaganda, making them seem militant and non-human. This connects to the emotional projection, as it's much harder for it to occur upon a group you've been indoctrinated to hate. As the pending war draws nearer, governments will seek to increase this gradually, easing people into a state of hatred and bloodlust. There is another key aspect of Milgram's study which I wish to draw to your attention. Was all this took part in obedience to legitimate authority. So I ask you, what authority is seen above all others in the eyes of a radical theist? Thank you all for watching my 4-part series, The Morality of the Godless. Please rate, comment and subscribe, as well as share this video to both atheists as well as creationists. This is Essence of Thought, out.